I do have a thumbs up now. So I will call this meeting to order. This is our regular meeting of February the 7th, our first meeting of the month of February. We will stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by invocation by Alderman Sistrunk, and then a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Loving God, thank you for allowing us to gather tonight in service to our community. Help us to speak carefully, to listen mindfully, and to make wise decisions. We pray for your blessings for communities that face far greater challenges than we do, especially those in Syria and Turkey who are recovering from earthquakes. Amen.
Thank you, everyone. And I neglected to, actually, normally I would have Ms. Harden do a roll call because we do have one alderman who is on the phone. Alderman Carver, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Well, we do have eyes cast about. We do certainly have a quorum, and Alderman Carver has acknowledged being on the phone, so we will let it go with that. The first item on the agenda, and because of that, we will be doing a roll call for every vote, so somebody don't let me mess around and do otherwise. First item on the agenda is approval of the official agenda, including consented items, and there are several things that I want to bring to the attention of the board. First, under public hearings, we have an item at 327 Lafayette Street, and I'm happy to tell you that particular item has been cleared. The lot has been cleared off, so we do not have to have a public hearing on that one, so I will show that one as deleted from the agenda due to a successful effort on the part of code enforcement. So, next, we have an item under utilities. And it was originally put on the consent agenda, but I wanted the board to be made aware that somewhat has changed. There was more information there, and we wanted to make sure that the entire item was covered since it was a little less than specific when we looked at it for the work session. So that's the reason that is no longer on the agenda. And then also item 6, Mr. Kemp indicated that instead of needing 2, he actually needs 4. So that's the reason that is no longer on the consent agenda, is because we're in need of 4 of those floating aerators rather than just the 2 that were originally on the consent agenda. So those items, if anyone has an interest in putting them on consent, those would be up for that as an option. But I just wanted to highlight that to you before we went through the process. So, Alderman Carver, do you have any changes to the official agenda or consented items?
Unless somebody has an objection, I'd like to add those 2 utility items back to consent.
Okay. Do I have an objection from anyone on adding those to the consent agenda? That would be item 1 and 6 under utilities. Anyone have an objection? Objection. Seeing none, we'll add those to the consent agenda. So that would be items 1 and 6 under utilities. All right. Any further changes?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Alderman Rupp?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. Alderman Brooks?
No, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Alderman Beatty?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Alderman Sistrunk?
Thank you.
Vice Mayor Perkins?
Yes, ma'am, Mayor. I'd like to be recognized for Roman numeral paragraph 9, Mayor's Business, item number A for consent, please.
Tax assessor item?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Any objection to that particular item being put on consent? Any objection? Any objection? All right, seeing none, we'll place that item on consent.
I yield, Mayor.
All right. Alderman Vaughn, any changes?
No, ma'am, thank you.
All right, thank you. In that case, I do need a vote. If you would, I need a motion and then a
Motion to approve as amended.
all right. I have a motion from Alderman Rupp to approve the official agenda with the consented items as amended. Do I have a second? Second, Alderman Vaughn. Thank you, sir. All right, if you would, please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Carver.
Yay.
Alderman Rupp.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrunk.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, that is unanimous. Thank you so much, everyone. And I will now read the consented agenda items. First is consideration of the minutes of the January 13th, 2023 work session of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville. Second is consideration of the minutes of the January 17th, 2023 recess meeting of the Mayor and Board of Aldermen of the City of Starkville. Under Mayor's business, we have A, consideration of asking Tax Assessor Alan Morgan to assess and tax the property located at 755 Cambridge Drive in the proportion of only the percentage that is inside the city limits instead of the entirety of the property. B is consideration of a resolution in support of the City of Greenwood Ray's grant engineering study on the feasibility of converting the CNG rail line to a trail. C is consideration of a resolution recognizing and honoring the excellence of Starkville High School football stars Willie Gay of the Kansas City Chiefs and A.J. Brown of the Philadelphia Eagles on their simultaneous Super Bowl 57 appearance. I knew that Roman numeral didn't look right. 57 appearance. Airport, number 1 is request approval of the lease agreement renewal between the City of Starkville and Kyle Knight for the use of the agricultural land inside the fenced area for 1 year at George M. Lyon Field. Under engineering, we have consideration of accepting the low quote of $6,702.50 from G&C Supply Company, Inc. for materials needed to replace the signage along Highway 182. 2 is acceptance of the City of Starkville, Mississippi State University Action Plan Fiscal Year 22, Safe Streets and Roads for All Action Plan Grant, SS4A, in the amount of $192,000 with a 20%, which may include in-kind services and authorization to advertise for related consultant services. Number 3 is consideration of interlocal agreement with Mississippi State University in Oktibbeha County to complete the Spring Street and Mississippi Highway 12 pedestrian improvements project as part of the Transportation Alternatives Program TAP grant. Under Finance Administration, we have consideration of an addendum to Municipal Advisor Agreement with Stevens, Inc. to allow Stevens, Inc. to advise in the investment of the city's funds in accordance with the city investment policy. And 3 is consideration of custody agreement with U.S. Bank Trust Company, National Association, to allow city to establish a custodian account with U.S. Bank Trust Company that will allow the city to invest funds as described in the investment policy. Under HR, we have request authorization to hire David Garraway as a manager of accounting and finance in the utilities department. 2 is request authorization to hire Curtis Anderson as a sanitation worker. 3 is request authorization to hire Cortland Jones as a deputy court clerk. 4 is request approval of the promotion of Edwin Suggs to the rank of lieutenant in the Starkville Fire Department. 5 is request authorization to hire Dalton Avent, Caleb Loftus, Tyler Tan, and Duncan Williams as entry-level firefighters, and Jaron Gill as a certified firefighter in the Starkville Fire Department. 6 is request authorization to hire Lovely Fairley as an engineering intern in the Starkville Utilities Department. 7 is request authorization to hire Keyshawn Adams and Kyle Eves as certified police officers in the Starkville Police Department. Under IT, we have 1, request approval of a lease with Dell Financial Services for state contract equipment for the City Hall Data Center at a total price of $134,590 to be leased at $31,086 per year for 5 years. In Parks, we have consideration to accept the lowest quotes for automated external defibrillators and the needed installation equipment to be placed at both the Starkville Sportsplex and Cornerstone Sports Complex, not to exceed the amount of $14,000 from AED Superstore. 2 is consideration to approve construction of a pool roof by Paul Davis with the lowest quote in the amount of $22,383.29. Under Police, we have request approval for TriStar muffler and brake to replace the transmission in a 2015 Ford Explorer VIN number 4279 at the lowest quote of $5,288. Under Code Enforcement, we have consideration of calling for a public hearing under Mississippi Code Annotated 21-1911 to determine whether the structures located at 725 South Jackson Street, Starkville, Mississippi 39759, with the parcel number 102H-00-151.00 is a menace to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community. B is consideration of calling for a public hearing under Mississippi Code Annotated 21-1911 to determine whether the structures located at 202 McKinley Street, Starkville, Mississippi 39759, with the parcel number 102B-00-026.00 is a menace to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community. C is consideration of calling for a public hearing under Mississippi Code Annotated 21-1911 to determine whether the structures located at 203 McKinley Street, Starkville, Mississippi 39759, with the parcel number 102B-00-037.00 is a menace to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community. And D, consideration of calling for a public hearing under Mississippi Code Annotated 21-1911 to determine whether the structures located at 212 West Gillespie Street, Starkville, Mississippi 39759, with the parcel number 102B-00-319.00 is a menace to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community. Under sanitation, we have consideration of a loan from the general city funds to sanitation fund in the amount of $189,750 at a 2.5% interest with quarterly payments over 3 years for the purchase of a 2022 knuckle boom loader, which was ordered February 15th of 2022. Under utilities, we have one, request authorization to approve a memorandum of agreement number 23-00067 between MDEQ and Starkville Utilities for 2 ChargePoint DC fast charging stations. TVA had previously contracted to pay 80% of the funds for installation. Of the other funds not covered by the TVA contract, MDEQ agrees to pay up to 70% of the installation of the stations not to exceed $48,060, and we start with Utilities to pay the remaining costs of the project. 2 is request authorization to purchase pipe material from Central Pipe Supply, Inc. in the amount of $17,851.26 for Santa Anita Drive water replacement. 3 is request authorization to purchase F-350 regular cab in the amount of $50,165 and F-350 crew cab in the amount of $50,660 from Cannon Motors of Starkville, the lower of quotes received. 4 is request authorization to execute an engineering agreement for professional services for Babylon Road Sewer Project with Springer Engineering, Inc. 5 is request authorization to approve change order 2 to Michael Box Construction for Babylon Road Sewer additions to add 159 calendar days for material delays and a price increase of $6,228.39. And last but not least, request authorization to accept the lowest quote from Premier Welding and Repair, LLC, for 4 30-horsepower temporary floating aerators in the amount of $36,950 each. And that concludes the consent.
Long list. Thank you, Mayor.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. My pleasure. Under our agenda, we next have mayor's comments, and so there are a couple things I want to mention and specifically say we had a full crew of our electric division of the utilities department who went up to Holly Springs in Madison County to help those folks up there. They left on Sunday and they will be coming back tomorrow. And they were, I think it's been, everybody knows it's been on the news. Multiple crews went up there and helped, and power is now pretty much being restored up there, so they will be back tomorrow, but we really appreciate the opportunity to assist because we know one day it may very well be our turn, and we like the mutual aid opportunity. So we thank them for being gone for a while. So the other thing is I wanted to note that as a part of our resolution, which I have given to the press, we have a resolution supporting, honoring, and celebrating the Super Bowl 57 appearances of Willie Gay and A.J. Brown. There is also a citywide pep rally on Starkville High School football field. I think the weather's going to be good for it, but anyway, they're going to be doing that from 2 to 4 on Saturday. So particularly those of us who are high school graduates, Starkville High School graduates, will be there, and so we'll enjoy doing that. But that's my understanding of that time frame, and I'm not sure what the program is because I haven't received one yet, but I'm sure it will be wonderful, and we'll have an opportunity to celebrate those guys and cheer them on at the Super Bowl. So I have no more comments. So Alderman Carver, anything from you, sir?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Alderman Rush?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Alderman Brooks? Alderman Beatty?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Alderman Sistrom?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Vice Mayor?
No, ma'am, thank you.
Alderman Vaughn?
Mayor, you come just to make a comment behind you about A.J. Brown and Willie Gay. They were boys when they were young men when they were playing with Starkville High. You could see that they were something special, and they were playing like they were playing with boys among men. You know, they were men, but it looked like they were playing with a whole lot of boys, but they were the same age. But they have done a great job, and they won a state championship in his A.J. senior year, but Willie Gay came back another year. He played quarterback for us this next year when he came back. So they done a great job.
It'll be wonderful. I know that they'll be prepared for the Super Bowl, so they can't be there, but we can certainly enjoy it ourselves.
Amen.
Absolutely. So that's a wonderful thing. Thank you. All right, next on the agenda is citizens' comments. Anyone wishing to speak to issues to the board, you have 3 minutes. Ms. Hardin will time that, and we are happy to listen. Mr. Turner.
Good evening to the mayor and board. My name is Alvin Turner, Ward 7. To the mayor, to the police chief, to the fire chief, and to sanitation. I was informed today that on 182 right at the light that comes up by jail, but we don't have a turn signal for the left for people that going through there by the sanitation department that don't have a left turn, but they have a right turn. They go up by the jail. All right, that was brought to my attention on today. To the police department, to the fire department, to the sanitation department, like we the citizens, we appreciate what you do, and if they have a problem, they try to get it to me, to get it to you all, and we appreciate that. But Starkville Lake Department, we're at the boiling point. People are very upset, stirred, have people on life support, have people on breathing machines, have people on oxygen, and they're just sick and tired of the games that we don't know what's going on, but when a person's life depends on you don't play with that. And we're very disheartened, displeased with the Starkville Lake Department.
Thank you, Mr. Turner.
Mayor, may I ask Mr. Turner a question?
Of course I can.
Mr. Turner, would you come back to the mic, please, sir? That's a very strong allegation you made about the Starkville Lake Department. You said they're playing games. What are they doing? I thought they were down there doing a great job in providing electrical services to the city. What are you...
People is on a fixed income. We don't get our bill on time. All right, we're sick and tired of that. People on a fixed income, all right, you don't get the bill on time. If you don't pay the bill, then they cut your lights off.
Nothing further, Mayor. I yield.
Anyone else wishing to speak to the board? Anyone else under citizens' comments? All right, seeing none, I'll close it as citizens' comments. The next item on the agenda will be under public hearings. We'll have our second public hearing in consideration for amending section 14- utilities of the municipal code. Read that right. Amending section 14 of the municipal code. Anyone have any questions they'd like to ask of, I believe Sabrina is here to answer potentially any questions. Anyone have any questions about that particular issue? If not, I'll go ahead and open it up as a public hearing. All right, I will do that now. This will be our second public hearing on those amendments. Anyone wishing to speak either for or against the amendments to the utilities code? Anyone wishing to speak either for or against? All right, seeing none, I will close it as a public hearing. This is an opportunity for us to consider those amendments that have been made to the utilities code. Anyone wishing to?
Move approval.
Move approval. I have a motion for approval from Alderman Sistrunk. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Alderman Vaughn. Any other discussion? Seeing none, if you would please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Carver.
Yay.
Alderman Rupp.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrunk.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, that is unanimous. Thank you so much. Next item is the first public hearing for amending the Unified Development Code. And while Mr. Haviland is not here with us, we do have Mr. McCaskey here. So does anyone have any questions of Mr. McCaskey about the changes to the Unified Development Code at this point? Okay. Seeing none, I will open it as a public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak about this, ask any questions about this, now will be the time. Anyone wishing to speak about the code changes? They are online, and we will be having a second public hearing for the changes to the Unified Development Code. All right, seeing none, I will close it as a public hearing, and we will move to the public hearing consideration of the Mississippi Code annotated 21-1911 to determine whether the building located at 111 Roosevelt Taylor Senior Street, Starkville, Mississippi, previously known as 111 Beatty Street, with parcel number 11800-00-251.00 is in such a state of uncleanliness as to be a menace to the public health, safety, and welfare of the community, and such that demolition could occur. Officer Perez.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Board of Aldermen. This property is, can you change it to the correct one, please?
We need 111 Roosevelt, please. That one has already been demolished, we're happy to say. There we go.
Okay. 111 Roosevelt Taylor, previously known as 111 Beatty Street, is severely damaged. This is the property owner information showing the property owner as Candace Lachey Hunt, who lives in California. This is a first notice of violation letter that was sent to Miss Candace on December 8th of 2023. This is showing that I posted at City Hall the public hearing date and on the property. This is the public hearing notice that was posted at City Hall on January 10th. This is the certified letter that was sent to both the property and the property owner, Ms. Candace Hunt. This is where it was posted on the structure at 111 Roosevelt Taylor. The structure, as you can see, is severely damaged on the front side.
I'm gonna cut the light just a second, because it's much easier to see where you're damaged.
The roof is beginning to cave in. The front awning on the porch, the bricks are separating from the structure itself. Those 2x4s there are holding up the awning. This is the north side of the structure. This is the rear of the structure. The back of the carport is falling out. The damage here, you can see, was from the property that was next door to it had been burned down, and it damaged all of the siding there. As you can see, that window right there, all of the blocks are separated from the window. This is the inspection on December 19th. There's been no change in the look of the structure at all. I had no contact from the property owner. Those boards right there are holding up the blocks on the back side. On January 10th, once again, is when I posted the public notices. The structure was still in the same condition. On January 19th was my final inspection. There's still been no change.
Thank you. Any questions of Officer Perez?
No one lives there, do they?
You say you didn't get a chance to communicate with no one about it?
The cousin that owns the property next door to it did contact me, but the actual owner never contacted me. I did ask the cousin if she could get in touch with her and have to call me, and she never did.
Any other questions? Okay, we'll have a public hearing at this point in time, and You are free to go at this point. Anyone wishing to speak to this matter, this is a public hearing. This will be the last public hearing, and the next will be consideration of a finding that this is in such a state of uncleanliness as to be a menace to the community. Anyone wishing to speak to this matter, either for or against? For or against? Seeing none, I will close it as a public hearing, and any discussion from the board? If not, I need a motion.
Move approval.
I have a motion from Alderman Vaughn for approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Alderman Rupp. All right, if you would, please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Carver.
Yay.
Alderman Rupp.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrum.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yeah.
All right, it is unanimous, the motion carries. Thank you so much. All right, we have one more item of business, which is the claims docket. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion from Alderman Rupp. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Brooks. Any discussion? None? If you would, please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Carver.
Yay.
Alderman Rupp.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrum.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Nay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Nay.
All right, motion carries by a vote of 5-2, and that takes us to the end of our agenda. If you will allow me, please, I will read the language for calling for the work session, which is in accordance with the notice as required under Mississippi Code annotated 254113. The board will be having a work session on the 17th of February at 11 a.m. The meeting will be held at City Hall, the second floor conference room, located at 110 West Main. Public and media are invited to attend. Notice shall be provided of the work session within 1 hour of this meeting by posting such notice at City Hall. Notice for the work session shall be made a part of the minutes of the board meeting, and the work session will be open. Public meeting of the City of Starkville and the public and press are invited to attend. Do I have a motion to recess?
Move approval.
A motion from Alderman Vaughn. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Alderman Rupp. If you would, please answer yea or nay as the city clerk calls your name.
Alderman Carver.
Yay.
Alderman Rupp.
Yay.
Alderman Brooks.
Yay.
Alderman Beatty.
Yay.
Alderman Sistrum.
Yay.
Vice Mayor Perkins.
Yay.
Alderman Vaughn.
Yay.
All right, we are in recess. Thank you, everyone.